Everybody, it's Nash here, and today we got a kind of a dual video. We're going to be talking some West Virginia coming to the University of Texas to play the Texas Longhorns, and we also are going to be talking about what a couple scenarios would mean, like a win, how we won, a loss, how we lost. I'm going to be honest, if we lose this game, I'm not really seeing a lot of good scenarios coming out, but we'll get to that when we get to it. If you like the video, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and comment down below on what you think about the West Virginia game tomorrow, and also what do you think a win means and what do you think a loss means. All right, everybody, without further ado, let's just hop right into it. So I'll save the West Virginia preview for last, but last year, the three games on top right here that you're going to see, the first two games, they were right around the 7-minute mark that we lost the game. And when I mean we lost the game started to slip away from us right around that 7-minute mark for Oklahoma and Oklahoma State. And once it happened to Baylor, the team was broken. You started to hear things about the team is mentally fractured versus after Oklahoma State, I think. And when you never want to hear mentally fractured. But once we got to Baylor, it was obvious, it was clear, something was wrong. And Texas Tech left that wonder in all of the Texas fans' heads. That was what happened last year. It's not did we go through what we just did last year. No, that did happen. But the question is, are we going to go through what followed the Oklahoma game last year? And I think how we played this game really is going to tell us everything that we need to know about this football team for 2022. And when I say this game, I mean, I'm not saying that if we win this game, everything's all great. No concerns, nothing, It's more of if we lose this game, and specifically if we lose this game in a similar fashion to the 4 games that are on the screen right now, there are some legit serious problems within the culture. You have to say the coaching staff, you have to say everything. There are some legit serious problems with the University of Texas right now. If we have another game happen the same way, if we go and we look like we're controlling, we're lead. Well, not we're in the lead. We are in the lead, but yeah, looks like we are controlling the game. And then out of nowhere, fourth quarter comes, and we lose that grip, we lose that control. We cannot have that happen anymore. It's just got to stop. And so that's why I think, like I was saying in the intro, if we lose in just that same fashion, I'm normally a very, very optimistic person, and it gets very hard to give an optimistic win prediction for the rest of the year, just because it's hard to say. From what we've seen last year, if we see this same thing happen again, how do you tell yourself, no, this isn't happening again? You got to be really lying to yourself. You may not want it to be happening again, but in reality, if we do lose that same way again, it's happening again. It is, but that's hypotheticals. So let's go to the next hypothetical. What if we win? If we win in a close game, honestly, there's only one way that we can win that really is going to it might change my mind on a win. And that's not to say winning does nothing to me. I'm at a point with the University of Texas football. And it's not this one particular team. It is just so many teams at this point, you got to prove it to me. It's the voter fatigue. The same reason why we don't get ranked in polls, and rightfully so, is because, look, we're tired of it. Show us on the field first, and then we'll give you your flowers. We're not going to give you the flowers anymore before you do it on the field, because we've given too many Texas teams flowers in the past that haven't done anything with them. They didn't do anything really to earn those flowers. But where a win would change my mind, it doesn't even have to be a blowout win. I mean, it doesn't have to be some just gigantic win. I'll say right now, probably it may not to most people, right? Because it involves us going down that lane of, oh no, here we go again. You know? It reminds us going down bad memory lane for a few drives. But I almost want to see this team go up and face to face with adversity. Hey, here it is. Here's what you've done last week. Are you going to do is last year going to happen again? And I want to see how these guys respond. I want to see if these guys step up to the plate, show some pride. But I want to know how they react to this opportunity, if it does present it to themselves. Where the game, we were in control the entire first half. We were in control at the start of the third quarter, and then all of a sudden, it's looking like a similar thing. It's happening again. And then I want to see them bow up. I want to see the defense bow up. I want to see the offense just take over and say, no. You know what? We're putting our foot down, and we're done. We're stopping this stuff. This is a thing of the past. That is when I would be like, I'm wheels up on Texas almost, going into OU. That would mean more to me than going out there and just beating the brakes off of West Virginia. That's not to say I wouldn't want to see them go out there and beat the brakes off West Virginia. I mean, you should want to see that every single week. But with this Texas team, what we saw last year, what we saw this year, I want to know, is this team the same? And to answer that question, it involves us going and getting down to the nitty-gritty and going down that bad memory lane. But that's pretty much all I have on that. Moving on to West Virginia. Here we go. We are an 85% favorite. That is a very scary number, and that is per the FPI. 9.5%, not 9.5%, a 9.5 point spread. Vegas is still a fan of the Texas Longhorns winning. So, if you're skeptical about Texas, that's your money line right here. But so you're probably this is a lot of stats. There's a lot to look at, and rightfully so. There is a lot to look at. Well, right here, I'm gonna narrow it down. They have not got a ton of interceptions. Okay. They have gotten fumbles. They haven't lost a ton of fumbles. So the turnover department, I mean, they're not doing amazing, but they're not doing bad either. But the numbers that I want to focus on are time of possession, fourth down conversions, and red zone success. This is an aggressive offense run by Graham Harrell, a name not a lot of Longhorn fans are happy to hear. 33 minutes and 40 seconds average time of possession in the game. There's 60 minutes in a ball game, so they're averaging over half the time of possession. And as a Texas fan, we've just gotten out of a game, and we just got out of a. Well, I like I said, we got out of a game, but last year we just got out of a year where we had a series of these games where we didn't really control the time of possession. We tried to, and we failed to. Different video. Look at my last one if you want to see that. But the red zone success percent too, 91.67%. This is the Pete Kwiatkowski defense is about, we're going to give up long drives, and we're gonna hunker down when we get into the red zone, and we're gonna stop it. This is a team that scores very, very frequently when they get in the red zone. You can see they've only 2 times have they walked into the red zone and walked away without points. So they are a very cocky team. And I'd be willing to bet one of those came probably on 4th down somewhere. A 4th down attempt. Which leads me to say, I also believe their one failed 4th down attempt was like a Hail Mary or like a last minute play, like last second. So like you can almost you almost don't even want to count it, right? They're almost 9 for 9 if you really start to truly think about it on 4th down. They are going to be aggressive. And if you just saw Texas, I don't know how you'd go, 4th down, 4th and short, we're going to punt it. I mean, I just don't. I would make Texas show us, hey, they're going to stop it. Because if they don't, I mean, you're just going to break the team. You're going to break them. You're going to win the game. Walk out without any issue at all. So, again, West Virginia, they're going to be a very aggressive offense. They're going to attack when they get into the red zone. I mean, I would be very surprised to see them trot out the field goal unit unless it's almost like a guaranteed, we're going to go ahead right here with the field goal, because they score a lot. And I know those score percentages include field goals, but this is a team that the numbers tell me they are confident, they're aggressive, and then when you pair that with a guy by the name of Graham Harrell running their offense, yeah, I think those numbers are telling you the right story. But let's hope we walk out with a win tomorrow versus West Virginia. We're going to have Oklahoma following that in the Red River, and then Iowa State at home. Let's go get rid of some doubts this weekend. All right, everybody. Hope you all have a great day, and let's get a Longhorn dub tomorrow. Hook 'em!